compassion is the basis of morality. Life is a constant process of dying. Fate shuffles the cards, and we play. Genius lives only one story, above madness. Change alone is eternal, perpetual, immortal. Music is the melody, whose text is the world. A sense of humor is the only divine quality of man. One should use common words to say uncommon things. Happiness consists in frequent repetition of pleasure. No rose without a thorn, but many a thorn without a rose. Faith is like love. It does not let itself be forced. Politeness is to human nature what warmth is to wax. Intellect is invisible to the man who has none. Honor has not to be won. It must only not be lost. Mostly it is loss which teaches us about the worth of things. Treat a work of art like a prince. Let it speak to you first. Animals hear about death for the first time when they die. Night gives a black look to everything, whatever it may be. The two enemies of human happiness are pain and boredom. Marrying means to halve one's rights and double one's duties. No rose without a thorn, yes, but many a thorn without a rose. To feel envy is human. To savor schadenfreude is devilish. We seldom think of what we have, but always of what we lack. After your death, you will be what you were before your birth. The person who writes for fools is always sure of a large audience. Hope is the confusion of the desire for a thing with its probability. Great men are like eagles, and build their nest on some lofty solitude. Life swings like a pendulum backward and forward between pain and boredom. We forfeit 3/4 of ourselves in order to be like other people. That I could clamber to the frozen moon and draw the ladder after me. Reading is thinking with someone else's head instead of one's own. The shortness of life, so often lamented, may be the best thing about it. I've never known any trouble than an hour's reading didn't assuage. Every man mistakes the limits of his vision for the limits of the world. Men need some kind of external activity, because they are inactive within. Life is short, and truth works far, and lives long. Let us speak the truth. Everyone takes the limits of his own vision for the limits of the world. Buying books would be a good thing if we also could buy the time to read them. The more unintelligent a man is, the less mysterious existence seems to him. A happy life is impossible The best that a man can attain is a heroic life. The safest way of not being very miserable is not to expect to be very happy. Every parting gives a foretaste of death, every reunion a hint of the resurrection. Talent hits a target no one else can hit, genius hits a target no one else can see. A precondition for reading good books is not reading bad ones, for life is short. Today it is bad, and day by day it will get worse, until at last the worst of all arrives. Every man takes the limits of his own field of vision for the limits of the world.